What's up, guys? Zax Tyler here, coming at you with some Battle Pack Epic Dawn breakdown. These are the cards that I thought that are coming out in the new Battle Pack that are going to be relevant, and I'll give you just how it's going to affect the game, how it's going to affect the pricings, and really how it's going to affect the average Yu-Gi-Oh player. So yeah, guys, we'll just get right into it. The first card I think we have to look at is Tour Guide from the Underworld. Now, people have a lot of different opinions about this card. Some hate it, some love it. I kind of hate it, honestly. But it'll be printed as a rare in the new Battle Pack. Now, there are 45 different rares in the Battle Pack, so still will be a tough pull. However, it will be a lot better odds than the Secret, which it previously came from. That means that Tour Guide will be going down from around $120 to $150 to around $40. Yes, that's right. Tour Guide should be an estimated $40 to $50 once the new Battle Pack comes out. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for the average Yu-Gi-Oh player? It means that a lot of the people, a lot of the average Yu-Gi-Oh players who couldn't spend $400+ on 3 cards are now going to be able to afford a full set of these for $120. Now, is that a lot? Yes, I'm not saying that $120 is not a lot. It's a shit ton. However, that means you can pick up maybe 1 to 2 of them, or slowly do it over time, and it'll really level out the playing field to not just the people who can spend a bunch of money on Yu-Gi-Oh, but the people who can just use the cards. Because that means that one of the most expensive cards in this format is now going to be an average card. It's still expensive, but it's nowhere near the price that it was. So hopefully with this new Battle Pack edition, Tour Guide will see a play from everyone across the board, and it will really level out all players on an equal player base. At least that's what I hope. So now we're going to move on to the next card. Or rather, set of cards. These being Tiras, Keeper of the Genesis, Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon, and Lavera the Sea Dragon. Now, Tiras and Adrius were both previously about $20 cards, and they're being printed as rares. Now, there are still 45 rares, however, it is easier pull than their last one. And they're estimated to go down to about 8 to 10. I would say more around the 10 range. But that just means that 2 pretty stable level 5 XYZ monsters are going to be easier to get out. Now, the big one, Levier, this guy was about 30 to 35 previously. He's also being printed as a rare, and now he's estimated to go down to about 15. Now that's kind of huge for the fact that Levier is a staple in probably like 80% of decks. I mean, so many decks use one. He's just such a great card to have, and with him getting knocked down by 50% in price-wise, will just be great, honestly, for the whole community in general and for the average Yu-Gi-Oh player, because they don't have to worry about buying this $35 card. Now it's 15. So yeah, that was the main thing with these 3. It just makes 3 of the kind of core XYZs go down just a little bit more. And now on to the spell and trap lineup that's getting reprinted that I think are important in the Battle Pack. That being Phoenix Chain for the trap and Forbidden Lands for the spells. Now, we all know Chain. Chain was the card that everyone was using at 2 to 3 in any YCS or any competitive kind of gameplay. It was running for about $50 to $60 at one point. Now with priority getting taken away, it's to fall a lot actually, and it probably won't be seeing as much play as it used to be, just because Compulse can do everything that Phoenix Chain can do except for negate ignition effects, such as when this card's normal summon X happens. But Phoenix Chain is still a good card, and it's still people might cite it for certain decks. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Even now that it's been released, they know it's going to be a rare. Phoenix Chain has gone down to about $15 to $17 per one, and with the Battle Pack being released, I estimate it going down to about 12 to 13. So that's a huge drop from 50 to 60 to 12 to 13. Now, what does that mean? Well, honestly, not too much, for the fact that priority kind of downplaying Phoenix Chain's importance. It made it not the greatest card in the world anymore, since Compulse could easily do the same job, or other cards such as that. Now, it's still a good card. I'm not saying it's not a good card. I still love Phoenix Chain. It's just not as good as it once was. Moving on to Lance. Lance has been a card that everyone's always known was good, but not as many people ran it, and it's starting to get a lot more play for the fact that it's a great card. The fact that it has a chain ability, that has multiple uses, you can save your own monsters, you can lower your opponent's attack. It's just great. Now it's now getting printed as a rare, just as Chain. and its estimated price to go down not too much. It was at 15, and it's been on the rise recently, reaching toward 20, but it's supposed to go down probably to like 8 or 10. That's my personal speculation. I haven't really found anything that said anything else, but I think it's going to go to about 8 or 10. Now, that doesn't mean much but it does mean a little bit for the fact that people will start noticing it more. The price will go down. People won't feel scared about paying for it anymore or whatever, and people will start to realize its effectiveness. I think now that Priority is gone, it's going to be a card that's played a lot more often. So be on the look for Forbidden Lands and pick up a few copies if you can. It's a great card. So yeah, on to the next cards. Alright, so we got the two kind of low-key cards. They're kind of ones that won't make as big an impact in my opinion, but they're still noteworthy, being Doom Caliber Knight and Fabled Raven. Doom Caliber Knight was previously, I think the cheapest thing was $20, printed in gold, and now it's going to be printed as a rare in the new set. Now it's not going to change too much, because I don't think it's going to change the playability of it at all or anything. I mean, Doom Caliber Knight's still a good card, it's just a little bit slow for this format. However, it will be nice to be able to pick it up for $10, which I believe the price will be at, instead of $20. So there's that. And then the one that's a little bit more noteworthy is Fabled Raven. Raven used to be at one point a $70 card, and then it's dropped to about $35 to $40 because it doesn't get as much play. But it's getting released also as a rare, and I think it getting released as a rare is actually going to change its playability a little bit for the fact that I think Dark Worlds are going to use it now that it's going to be about probably $15. Because it's going to be a semi-cheap way to easily get out their combinations, and it's a tuner, and you can discard multiple cards. So yeah, I definitely think Dark Worlds will start hitting Fabled Raven to 2 to 3, especially because it's down that $15 price. So yeah guys, there you go. There's the Battle Pack breakdown. Overall, what I think Konami was trying to do was trying to see what cards a lot of the meta was using, and really just lower the overall price, because they hit Tour Guide, Livier, Fiendish, Lance, even the Keepers. So like what that means to you and to the average Yu-Gi-Oh player is that the amount of staple cards that a lot of the meta is going to use this format is going to go down, making a very level field for everybody, and really just making the overall game more enjoyable. So thanks guys, thanks YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, give suggestions, and I will see you later.